In an interview for computer science, we're looking to see whether the candidate has any natural aptitude for the subject. So it's not about their knowledge of computer science, because that will depend on what they've been taught already, but it's the way of thinking. When students are in Cambridge, we'll give them all the knowledge they need to be a successful computer scientist, but they need to be able to use it in the right way. So we'll be looking for signs of that at interview. We'll be doing that not using computer science terminology or examples, but everyday examples. So you might think of water flowing through a pipe. You can set up lots of questions that are very similar to network packets flowing through the internet. We can set up systems of cars queuing to get through traffic lights. That's very similar to how internet routers work. We can think about trains that are queuing to get into a platform, and that's very similar to the way a multi-core computer system is able to process many jobs at once, but sometimes they have to go through a bottleneck, and that can lead to performance problems. So we can create the right sort of problem and the right kind of analogy for candidates to show that they can think in the right way. And so what we'd like candidates to do is just engage with the problem, think about it fresh. Don't particularly try and relate it to something they think they know, because they may well be wrong. But just go with the problem. Talk to us. Don't sit in silence, but explain what they're thinking, and make observations about the problem. So things that must be true, things that can't possibly be true. And as we ask questions and we explore the problem more and more, they will be able to make comments, and we'll be able to lead them, guide them to develop more the thoughts that are promising and will lead in a useful direction. And other interesting observations that are not actually relevant to the topic that we would like to explore, we can just leave to one side. To prepare for a computer science interview at Cambridge, it's a good idea to have done some revision of the maths that have been taught in school. And in particular, we'll be looking to see whether candidates really understand what the maths is about. So we won't be particularly giving them a long list of equations and saying, can you solve these? But we'll be thinking about the way that proof systems work, or the way that you can analyze particular situations. And then we'll change something or apply it in a new situation and see whether candidates understand what they've proved and are able to use that proof, or are able to understand the significance of determining some result and can use that. So, for example, if they can show that some value is never zero, we might ask various questions that would be much simpler if you know that the value isn't zero. And so can the candidate use the proof they've just produced to make that simplification somewhere else, and so yield a very efficient, clean overall solution, partially based on the proof, partially based on just understanding the problem.